Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike BIAFRA, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu. I remember the big drive from cassava. I remember the types of soup. Even now, I can wish. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike BIAFRA, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Odogwane Bulabuke, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ika Bugondilo, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Emira Kosudo, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Maloke Zuko, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. BIAFRA Ghana, Nnamdi Kanu, Anyi Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. BIAFRA banani, obele mwamunya falite, tuku sitelanye, tuku kikabia masitelie, obia kopu BIAFRA nabu, otopani nabu Nigeria, tuku sitelanye, mandilo fantilaju, managi mwakumbe, babu obele mwana. 2015, I didn't live there. I knew a devil lived there. And before she like me, I didn't know. I get for a family. I found out what you saw. To see far. And I found my run and you. Before when I need to be like an Uwanagalani. Yakani Jibulu Muchupo Kigata. Nnamdi Kanu. Keduzi Femesilo. Odogwane Bulabuke Amakado. Okotobo Mwanya Falife. Abalase na Boyo Dikala. Ibanenu wa Kibili. Iga Bingolenu wa BIAFRA. Somonde. Atwomofo na Niniga Bifoma. APC na Niga Mweloma. Wano Kenenu Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike BIAFRA. Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike. Abala Sele Kumbuni. Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike. Ese Totonko Nilo Kuchi. Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike. Iti Baba Ololumbuse. Nnamdi Kanu. Maka Kanu. Amadike. Ifete na Yokuwa Mu. Amadike. BIAFRA, oge sugo, abalase no lebu. Ogwe Colombia, onye kwakana ya no. Kobala bane nuwanana. Nnamdi Kanu, adige BIAFRA. Upalo genu, woda, ibe nwelo. Oge sugo na nikana. BIAFRA bananyo. BIAFRA bananyo. Holy, 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 special dedication to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafra War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafra army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 they were singing out, holy, 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 Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans. Wherever you are residing, wherever you are domiciled around this very planet Earth, I welcome you once again to our series of relentless programming in support of those who are risking their lives on the ground, our young men, women, trying to bring a change that is long overdue in the lives of those unfortunate enough to be lumped together into a British contraption known as the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. I welcome you wholeheartedly. I welcome you with kindness and with love. And as I do welcome you, I will encourage you to also welcome those who are around you. You should understand that Facebook will not send you any notifications. The Bible is radio. They are not just censoring what I'm saying, restricting my audio, suppressing the reach of my posts, and other Biafrans and activists as well. They are all doing it to President Trump too. Before I come on air, I saw a news article by Newsweek magazine, the highly respected Newsweek magazine, warning Twitter and Facebook that the suppression of Trump's posts and speech will come back to bite. I welcome you, each and every one of you, this great noble family of IPOB all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because this very broadcast this evening is going out to the entirety of humanity. Millions of people are listening all over the world. If you're not listening via IPOB Community Radio, you should be listening to us via Radio Biafra app, FM in Biafra land, the satellite, tuning, Sweet Radio, Simple Radio, Garden Radio. Some people are also watching via YouTube, and should I say those who are fortunate enough are now watching on my page. I know their madness will kick in very, very shortly. You must share the link of whichever platform that you're on. You must let those around you understand and join this live program. The time now is approximately 8 minutes past 7 p.m. in the evening in the land of Biafra, the same number of minutes past the top of the hour wherever you are. I will endeavor to make this program this evening as interactive as possible. But first of all, we are going to follow our normal protocol. We are going to pray. We are going to analyze the news or bring the news to you, the topical news, of course, and then I will open the lines to take your contributions. I welcome you once again, and we must pray. Father, Almighty God in heaven, this evening your children are gathered once again to give you praise, adulation, adoration, submission to your will and your purpose for our lives. We remember most especially those who went out today to protest, but they will not be making it home anymore because thugs hired by politicians, by wicked, insidious APC politicians killed of them in Benin City today. We also understand that another person died elsewhere. We ask you, Almighty Father in heaven, to understand the level of injustice and pain that Nigeria is causing to people. The infuriating thing about injustice is the absence of acknowledgement of wrong. They have become emboldened in their evil and in their wrongdoing, sadly supported by a supposedly God-fearing nation in the United Kingdom. We come to ask you to please have mercy upon us. Have mercy upon those who have died. We pray for justice for the death of the protesters. We pray for justice for the men and women who have lost their lives in this very protest, trying to give us all a better life, a better existence, a better experience, a better future, not just for ourselves, but for our children and those that are yet to be born. May there be consequences and convictions for those who have taken the lives of these young people. Because we understand very, very clearly from your scriptures that taking of life is sinful and abhorrent. It is a sin before your sight. Your word, O Heavenly Father, is clear about human life, which the Fulani Janjaweed and Asorok have no regard for. Every life is valuable because every life is made in your image. We may look different from each other. We may have different persuasions and beliefs, but we have one big thing in common. We are all your image bearers, O Heavenly Father. We are the beauty of your creation, which means that we all have equal value, regardless of who you are, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of your religion, regardless of your orientation. We all have a purpose, and we are all part of your plan. One thing we do know that is not part of your plan is the continued existence of Nigeria. Father, you know the injustice that has occurred for decades and decades since Britain came into our lives. Not just in Nigeria, but in different countries across Africa, with races of color and classes of people. This evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where your children are domiciled, we pray for your justice in this ongoing British racism in Nigeria, which it has found its way into the minds and into the homes of people that made it possible for Fulani Islamic governors to say that they are in support of a murderous police unit. Heavenly Father, you cannot create a country where people think very well. We pray is wrong, look very wrong to everyone who views these situations. Make it clear to everyone, O Heavenly Father, that your creation is beautiful. That Kanu was beautiful before Britain came. That Hausa Habe monarchies were beautiful for very many years before the Fulanis came. Make them understand that Nupe had a very thriving civilization. Make them to understand that the Kwarafa people had a very thriving culture. The North culture, oh Heavenly Father. Make them to understand that Yoruba land stretches all the way from Togo to Igorika. Make them to understand that they are all great nations and can stand on their own 2 feet. Make them understand their inner beauty. Make them to value who they are. Make them to see a sense of worth in themselves and bring an end to the injustice that is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Heavenly Father in heaven, you have heard our prayers before. We call upon thee now to strengthen those who are out on the streets, to fortify them with your courage and your conviction, for them to understand that these sacrifices will not be in vain, that in the end we shall all be free, and every praise and every adoration, every adulation and every honor shall belong to your holy name. Now and forevermore we pray. He said, Mama, we are live and we are direct and we are going to preach the gospel of heaven. I did not announce this very program, but of course we know that our people are listening and paying attention all over the world. And we know that they're joining us this evening. Once again, this is a live presentation. The time now, if you want to know, is 16 minutes past 7 p.m. in the evening in the land of Biafra. If you look at your wristwatch, if you look at your smartphone, if you look at the clock you have on the wall in your home, you will see that it's exactly 16 minutes past the top of the hour. That is how you know that we are live, that we are direct, and that the entirety of humanity is paying attention. This very evening, we are going to make this program interactive. It is Shabbat. So I say Shabbat Shalom to some people who are listening. Normally, I am not supposed to be broadcasting on a Shabbat evening like this. But Chukwuka Kikabiama will understand because there is work to be done. We need to feed those who are protesting. We need to rally support for them. We need to make them to stay on course, continue to do this very noble work that they have chosen or elected to do. And that is what we are doing this evening. I also remember that even in the land, in the blessed land of Israel, when they were attacked on the eve before, the Israeli Defense Force rose up to go and meet the enemies of God and they prevailed. The same thing can be said about what is happening in our land this very day. A lot of people are dying, and Chukwuka would want me to preach this very gospel this evening. And we are going to start without further hesitation on what has been happening in the zoo this very day. Because some people do not understand what is going on, but I will use the words of a very bright, intelligent. I like him as a matter of fact. I've never said this before, but I'm making it known today because he makes a lot of sense. He is a man that I read from most times. Of course, you know them up there in the north once in a while. After drinking furadinunu or drinking the blood of cow, which is what they normally do, they go off tangent. But that wouldn't stop me from acknowledging them when they say something that is slightly decent or something that we can intellectually digest. There was a question that this man asked them. Sheikh Husani is from the north. One of the few that I can actually say is genuinely educated. There was a question he asked continue the existence of SARS. And I want people to listen very attentively, disciplined, because this is a lecture. I want people to begin to reason the way that IPOB does all over the world. That is why people say we are very smart, we are very intelligent, we know where we are going, and that we are master strategists because we know what we are doing, believe you me. Sheikh Husani said something. And before I go on to say what Sheikh Husani actually said, I want you to ponder this very simple question. Why do you think that Fulani governors came out from the north to say they are in support of SARS? Do you think they just spontaneously, rose up to say, we are now going to support SARS? There was a lot of meetings behind the scenes. And some of you will be shocked as to what I have to say this very evening. The people behind that very effort is British High Commission in Abuja. They are the ones that ask them to do it. You know what they want to do? They want to create in the mind of the world, because end SARS have gained momentum all over the world. It's trending everywhere. What they want to do is to say that not the whole country is in support of this very effort. That is a section of the country. The same divide and rule, the same game they've been playing from day one. And of course, the Fulani, they want Nigeria to continue because Britain said to them, if Nigeria doesn't continue, you're finished. You have nothing. Education, you don't have. Economy, you don't have. You have nothing. The only thing you have is that AK-47. And those bullets we have given to you. Use it to terrorize other people. Use it to subdue them. Use it to make their lives miserable. That is what they have done, and that is what they are doing. That is what they are going to continue doing until we put a stop. Now the question is this. Northern Fulani governors, why are you in support of the continuation of SARS? I will answer the question for them. It's because Nigeria is not one country and never be. People from the south and the sizable chunk of the middle belt, they reason differently. If nothing tells you about the palpable, very visible, tangible division that exists in Nigeria, SARS is a very clear example of that. A very clear example. I am sure there are sensible, very reasonable people up in the north, in the Sahel north, wishing to join this very campaign, but have been constrained or prevented from doing so by the local politics that change wherever they are. I will ask you again, why would a section of the country, if at all you claim that Nigeria is a country, why would a section of that very country want to go against what is a popular trend all over the world, acknowledged even by some members of the British Parliament, that this very SARS unit is awful? Why would those that will look at you tomorrow and say we are Nigerians, they say we want Nigeria? These governors from the north, they claim one Nigeria. They are aware that SARS are killing people in the south. Innocent young people, men and women, raping them and killing them. They are aware. Despite their full knowledge of the atrocities being committed by SARS, they rose up to say that they are in support of SARS. That tells you all you need to know about the mindset of the Fulani, their psyche, the way they reason, the way they see you. So as long as SARS continues to extort money from people from the south, as long as SARS continues to kill people, as long as SARS continues to terrorize people, Nigeria is one. Everything is what Babangida. Has he said anything? How about Abdul Salami Abubakar? Has he said anything? How about Tanko Yakasai? Has he said anything? How about Junaid Mohammed? Has he said anything? No, they will not say anything. Because they live by terrorism. They live by killing people. That is what they do. That was what Britain schooled them to understand. That is the reason why they have limitless number of people going into the army, going into the navy, going into the police, going into the customs every blessed year. Any department, any paramilitary 7, they are in the majority. Understand this thing very well. This is something that I want our people to digest this very evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where you are. Before I go into what Sheikh Husani actually said, some of you shout one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria every blessed day to please your northern friends, your northern partners, your northern governors, all the rest of them. Then imagine the way they are thinking. Everybody has quite rightly condemned SARS for the killing spree, for the extrajudicial executions and all the rest of it. And somebody who is a politician in a country that claims it is an enlightened democracy will come out openly, somebody he voted for by the people, and say that they support such a murderous unit. That tells you all you need to know about your fake one Nigeria. You don't need to listen to what IBAB is saying, what BIAFRANs are saying, what Nnamdi is saying. No. Look at it for yourself. The evidence is very clear. What is the justification for Sokoto governor, that boy that wants to contest to be the president of Nigeria? Why are you're a young man, the Sokoto governor is a young man, I'm older than him. Why would you come out to support the killing of innocent people, young people in the South? I want people to understand. Those of you saying we want one Nigeria, what are the governors from the North doing? Supporting SARS as a killing machine against young women and men from the South. Just tell me. And they want one Nigeria. That tells you that Nigeria can never ever be won. That tells you that anybody who is serving a Fulani interest, any governor who is following a Fulani preset agenda to keep Nigeria one, is your enemy. Anybody seeking to contest for elected office, be it the zoo president, trying to corral you into this mentality of one Nigeria, they are leading you down a blind alley that will lead to your death. You are in the same country, yes? Obiano came out, all the governors, Mike came out, they are coming out, the governor of Kwara State, they are coming out at least to say something to the protesters. At least to say something to them. In the North, they say keep SARS. What does that tell you about your so-called one Nigeria? What does that tell you about one Nigeria? Just explain that to me. Evil is evil. Injustice is injustice. It is very blatant. It is very glaring. It is very clear for the whole world to see that SARS is a murderous, corrupt unit of the federal police controlled by the Fulani. That is the reason why they are saying no, they want SARS to continue. Now I will come to what Sheikh Husani said. Sheikh Husani asked them a simple question. You know, me, I love people who are intelligent. I am naturally attracted to people who make sense, people who are knowledgeable. Sheikh Husani asked them, if SARS asked the northern governors, as they call themselves, the Fulani governors of the Sharia states, for those of you who do not know that Nigeria is already divided, I am not saying there are no Muslims who are decent. Of course, there are decent Muslims everywhere. There are intelligent Muslims everywhere. After all, it was the Islamic civilization that gave us algebra in mathematics. It was Islamic civilization that gave ordinary ice cream. The ice cream that you eat every day is an Arabian invention. So they have contributed to the advancement of mankind. I'm not going to go. I want to talk about the mentality of the idiots that use Islam and Quran to not only deceive themselves, but to perpetrate heinous crimes against humanity. Not just through terrorism, but terrorism of the mind, mental terrorism. That is what they practice in the zoo. They control you, they threaten you, they blackmail you into becoming the very stupid Nigerian that they want you to become. If Nigeria is not divided, can you tell me why a sensible person will come out and say that SARS must continue, given the catalog of atrocities that they have perpetrated? Now, listen very carefully, please. If SARS is working, a simple, mundane question. If SARS is working, why has terrorism continued? Why has banditry continued? They are acting robbery, which means kidnapping and everything. Why is there kidnapping menace in Katsina State, where they claim Buhari or the mask wearer comes from? People in Katsina are complaining about banditry. Which successes have this very SARS recorded in the fight against banditry? They were sent to Borno to go and fight Boko Haram. Their wives came out and said, our husbands were not trained to fight terrorists, but they're trained to kill innocent civilians in the south. I want people to reason. We don't ask for much. On this platform, within IPOB and the wider consciousness that we are propagating, all we ask you to do is forget about your prejudices. Try to reason for once. Can you tell me the justification for campaigning for SARS to continue? When you governors in the north are complaining of terrorism, of banditry, of kidnapping, of illegal mining, what then can you point at and say that this is a significant achievement of SARS in the fight against insecurity? There is none. But do you know the reason why they want to keep SARS? Because they are killing Christians from the south. People they are killing are those for infidels from the south. But you come out the next day to say that Nigeria should be one. But if it is only one person, that is saying this, you can understand. If it is two people, of course, it can be condoned. But 12 governors, 1, 2, 3, I am sure out of 12 of them, 1 or 2 must have been to a university, 1 or 2 of them must be well read, well versed in history, in literature, and all the rest of it. Now, can you explain to me why people with such pedigree, of course, in parentheses, why people with such pedigree, if I may ask, would come out to boldly say we support SARS if there is no ulterior motive behind it? You see, it's just like somebody coming out and saying, oh, I support ISIS. I support ISIS. The same thing they did when Hejrika was bombing Boko Haram. They said an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. That was what the late Buhari said. He opened his mouth and he said it. And this day newspaper published it. I want people to ponder and to reflect, to think, to reason this very evening. But these are your fellow Nigerians. These are, and if they are ordinary and imaginary, I can understand. These are governors who have traveled all over the world. They understand how democracy and republic function. They understand how a republic is meant to function. After all of that, they come back. All they are interested in is how let us sell oil and gas from Biafra land and share the proceeds. I want people to understand this very evening that Nigeria is not one, not because we are saying it, but from their behavior, their mindset, their utterances, the way they respond to issues tells you all you need to know about them. Their own brother is asking them a question. Their brother is a former senator, Sheikh Husani. He asked them, all these 12 or thereabouts governors from the north, if SARS is working, why has terrorism continued? And I will ask myself, if SARS is working, why are you people complaining of insecurity in the north and banditry? Why don't you take the SARS and take them to the north? They won't do it. They want an armed SARS in south, killing people and extorting money. And tomorrow you will tell me that these governors are patriots, that they are Nigerians. That is where I have issues. How an average Nigerian reasons. These are the difficulties that I have. And upon reflection, I couldn't possibly begin to reconcile it with anything closely resembling common sense. It doesn't make any
governors for the embattled Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS, a former lawmaker in the House of Assembly, of course in the Senate, public commentator Sheikh Husani, has lambasted the governors, posing a critic. Even Vanguard recognized that the question that Sheikh Husani posed was very, very pivotal, very critical, very, very important, and no sensible human being can answer it. When people say you don't like Nigeria, you hate Nigeria, I want to lay a foundation for them to understand that what you are fighting and seeking to defend is indefensible. Indefensible. In law, in logic, in reasoning. It is indefensible. You cannot defend it. Tell me why 12 governors, not one, not two, not three, 12 of them, they came together and issued a statement saying we support SARS. That tells you about their mindset. That tells you the same mindset they are bringing to your so-called one Nigeria. Now tell me how that country can develop if there is no universality of acknowledgement of wrongdoing. How can people from the south see something wrong? People from the north, governors from the north, they see nothing wrong. How can you form a consensus that is necessary for the economic, political, and social advancement of a nation? Please explain that to me. Do you see that Nigeria is naturally divided, by nature divided? I can live with people from the Middle Belt. I can live with Oduduwa. I'm being honest with you. In a country, heaven knows, I can, because you can reason together. You can understand each other. You can understand what pain means. You can understand what suffering means. You can even come together to agree a way to mitigate all those difficulties. But in the north, they do not see it the same way. It is not hatred. Nobody hates anybody. I just want people to understand that the way things stand, the way the northern governors are reasoning is not how the southern governors are reasoning. They approach the issue of SARS from a very narrow parochial viewpoint, only trying to defend Fulani interest. They are now saying it that if you disband the SARS, you are disbanding an armed formation of Fulani with which to intimidate and to terrorize people with. It's as simple as that. Now, do you understand? We say things we say and the way we do it. I will continue with Sheikh. He's an intelligent man. You know me, I give credit where credit is due. He's a very good. Go through his write-ups and his tweets and you see he's a very brilliant man. The other governors he wrote, if SARS is working in the north, why has kidnappings and killings by bandits and terrorists continued unabated? Simple question. They cannot answer it. But let me even help Sheikh Husani. What is the justification for keeping SARS if the banditry, kidnapping, and criminality is so rampant in the north? What is the essence of keeping them? They can't answer that one either. Recall Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong spoke on Thursday, 5th of October, after a meeting with the person they claim is Buhari in Abuja. He is the chairman of Northern Governors Forum. You know, they're very clever. The same way they picked Gowon, who was a Christian from the Middle Belt, as the head of state. In a time of crisis, that is what they always do. They pick one traitor, one inflammable, one idiot, and say, oh, we are all not. This same Governor Lalong, some of you will be shocked this evening to know, this same Governor Lalong, in the same state where he comes from, for those of you who do not know, for those of you who do not understand, Fulani renamed the local government after themselves. For those who do not know, I want to find it and I want it posted on my page for people to understand how easy it is for Fulani to deceive you, convince one of you make you feel important, but all the time you're serving their purpose. I am saying this because I want to warn Ifeanyi Okowa. Igbo governors, they are very good at falling prey to the antics of these people. You can see them jockeying for position. Ifeanyi Okowa, Dave Umahi, you can see them, all of them jockeying. Who can be the best Fulani slave? That is exactly the same thing that happened to Plateau State Governor along. This same man has forgotten what Miyetti Yala did to them. This same man has forgotten that now they have Fulani emirs in Plateau State. But all he can see, they have promised him, Northern Governors Forum, the next president, the next this, his brain will be swelling up. His people will be dying. I need you to understand, because Sheikh Hussaini mentioned the name of Plateau State Governor. He was the one mouthing the rubbish. Now listen very carefully. I'm quoting from what Simon Mwadikon wrote. I believe that is what he spelled, Mwadkawon. It was published by Punch newspaper. I want you to listen carefully, please. The original name of the community is Rakun, Rakun. But the Fulani who are occupying the community, after chasing the natives away, claimed to have renamed it Mahanga. And that is the name which the SPG affront people. I don't know how to explain this photo. I don't know if I'm getting it right. I do not know. I want people to understand this the way that the Fulani function, how they reason. Your motives for I am not going to disagree or disparage that viewpoint. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Some people wrap themselves, they are Africans, they are in America, they wrap themselves in American flag. I am not going to quarrel with them. I want to ask you this question. You have a governor of Plateau State who is not Fulani by all stroke of imagination, but in order to advance himself, his family, and his political ambition, he agreed to become the leader of the Northern Governors Forum. The same thing that they did to go on, the same thing. Today, people in Plateau are suffering and dying. Go and look at it. It is well documented. The same governor saying that he doesn't want SARS to end. His people are under bondage right now. Now, this is one thing I said, I explained this last night. Even this morning when somebody asked me about politicality. There is something about politicians in Nigeria. Their own selfishness is what I call destructive selfishness. All they care about is themselves and their families. Because of political office and promise of higher political office. This is what is happening in Plateau State. They have a community in Raccoon. The Fulanis came and renamed it Mahanga. And their governor is there defending Fulani interest. The same thing that they want to do in the Ebonyi State, and we said no. The same nonsense that Ifeanyi Okowa is trying to do in Delta State, and we are saying no to him as well. Do you see how they reason? Do you see how the grand stratagem of the Fulani, how they operate? They take a weak idiot amongst you. They raise that idiot up, give him high political position, and promise him many more, and say now, go and carry out our agenda. And that is what the governor of what's it called? What the governor of Plateau State is doing. You must understand this and understand it very, very well. You must understand it very well. Our people must reason. Our people must reason. Our people must reason. They must reason. That is why we are here. The governor is from Plateau State. I will go back to what what's his name, Sheikh Husani was saying. Some people said, I'm quoting Sheikh Husani, some people said that they don't want SARS. Some said they want SARS, better reform SARS. Let us not just say we are throwing away the baby with the bathwater. If there are good ones, you don't chase them away. Lalong said. What can be good about Nazi party? What can be good about a police unit that have over the years extrajudicially executed countless number of people? That is Nigeria for you. And that is why I said that these youths on the streets, they need commendation, because for you to rise above that Nigerian mentality, that mediocrity, that stupidity that comes naturally to a Nigerian, for you to rise above it, to come out on the streets to protest, it means you have seen the light. That is why I commend them. And I also commend Sheikh Husani for what he has said. But the British involvement doesn't stop there. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because there was a report, these days they suppress my posts to Facebook, I don't know, that is entirely up to them. You can go there and see the letter for yourself. A UK agency questioned over financial support to SARS. I don't know what Britain wants to do with us. I don't know if they want to kill everybody with the help of the Fulani. That now Fulani will be their caretaker and they'll be collecting rent. I wonder, is it the same Britain that I see people every day, civilized people, honorable people, decent people, brave people? Where the people that work for the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office, which planet did they get them from? That's what I'm asking. I'm not going to condemn Britain. No, of course not. But the foreign FCO, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, what is wrong with them? I ask. What is wrong with them? Can anybody please explain that to me? What is wrong with them? I ask. A member of the British Parliament, Ms. Kate Osamo, representing Edmonton, has written a question and is seeking clarification on the nature of the United Kingdom government through the Office of the Secretary of State for Affairs extends to Nigeria's disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad. What type of money has Britain been giving to SARS? Do you see the reason why even Britain cannot come out to condemn SARS? I want you to build a picture of those that this very protest has been raging for over a week. They have not said anything. They have not said anything. Look at it of all of them. Those that want Nigeria to be one. Posted for Foreign and Commonwealth and Development Affairs, Mr. Dominic Raab, to the nationwide protest in Nigeria in the past 7 days against the excesses of SARS. She warned that further assistance be withheld to SARS. This is what she's saying. So Britain has been funding SARS, and people are saying, oh, why hasn't Britain mentioned anything? Why haven't they said anything about BIAFRA? Can you see it? They are the ones funding your death and destruction. Britain is the one funding your death and destruction. So when SARS kills somebody, and you go to Human Rights Commission and nothing happened, and you go everywhere, you go to the court, of course they'll throw it away. Everything, you say, let me petition Britain. You write to the UK as the colonial master, as because they brought this problem to us. They are the ones that created Nigeria. God did not create Nigeria. Britain did. And that very letter or petition they'll just shred it. And that's the end of it. And you'll be wondering, why is Britain not responding? But see, these these people, they don't feel any pain. There is no, to them, you're a nigger. You are a nigger. You are nothing. You're a monkey. And your so-called country is a country of theirs. You are a commodity. You are nothing to them. And you are expendable. You are expendable. We want people to understand this very, very clearly. To understand where we are coming from. We don't hate anybody. Nobody was born with hatred in them, no. But when you sit back and observe Nigeria, if you observe Nigeria objectively, without sentiment, without any ethnic or tribal coloration, you will begin to see very, very clearly. You will understand the enormity of the mess you're in. That is why every support must be given to those who are out on the streets. So you don't know that Britain was supporting SARS before? Now you know. Thanks to Kate Osamo MP, the Member of Parliament for Edmonton, in London constituency. That is how they roll. Now we are exposing them one after the other. Are you telling me that Britain did not know that the SARS they are funding, that they have POS machine? A police unit. They own their own POS machine. If you don't have cash on you, may God help you. They bring out their POS machine, you type in your PIN number, and they will go to the bank. When they go to the bank manager will not ask them, why would even bank issue POS, point of sale machine, to police? Somebody should please tell me. There is no history or establishment of the payment of roadside fines, either by road safety or anybody, because if you are involved in any traffic violation or contravention, and you have a court nearby, that court should be able to take payment from you, or the Federal Road Safety Commissioner or whoever in that particular department will deal with you. Why would a special anti squad or anti-robbery squad have POS machine with which to take money from unsuspecting victims? And sometimes they kill you after you must have given them your PIN number. They will swipe it and they start typing in and depleting your bank account, depleting your bank balance. And this is the type of unit that Britain, of all people, a permanent member of the Security Council at the UN. This is what a country like Britain is doing. Supporting a unit, a police unit that has POS machine to take credit card information, to steal from people. Britain was funding them. Do you now understand why people are out on the streets? All those thugs they claim who are the thugs that attacked protesters in Benin and in Lagos, they are not thugs. These are, we have done our research, these are SARS officers. They took up their uniforms, they came with machete to kill, because it's only them that can be so brazen enough to kill in public without remorse. It's them in Benin. And we shall get into that later on. And such nonsense will not happen again. I was happy when I heard it. Who did this to Nigerian people? Those of you that call yourselves, because I'm not an BIAFRA. Thugs we are seeing attacking protesters. Police we are watching them, encouraging them. Police encouraging them to go and attack protesters. I don't know if people are actually, I don't know if they actually sometimes factor in the consequences of what they're actually witnessing or what they are seeing. Police was there, they saw thugs with machete coming to attack unarmed protesters. Sitting somewhere, standing somewhere, making their views heard. And the police kept quiet because police is in on it. Is that the type of Nigeria you want? Those talking about one Nigeria, I want to ask you a simple question. You are there. It is a constitutionally guaranteed right to come out to protest. Everybody can see those protesting. You can see them there. And you can see police nearby. it is their job to protect those who are protesting. Instead, they are the ones, they take off their uniforms now, and they are now like thugs with machete and clubs and stick to come and attack innocent people. And those of their colleagues with their uniform just stood there watching. Is that the type of country you want to leave for your children? It's a simple question. Is that the type of country you want to leave for your children? A very simple question. A very simple question. A very simple question that I want people to answer. I want people to answer it. A country where the police, it is their job to keep law and order. They came out to shoot at protesters, but they saw that the protesters are very, very peaceful. Instead, there are people now coming to attack the protesters, and they kept quiet, and they are there just watching as armed thugs who are their colleagues, but this time around dressed like mad people attacking those who are protesting. And I want to ask you again, Mr. and Mrs. One Nigeria, is that the type of country you want to live for your children? Where police, having been to police college, having graduated from having left secondary school, having been to police college, they have been taught time and time again to prevent the breakdown of law and order. But the police will use them standing, encouraging their colleagues, thugs, to come and attack peaceful protesters. And I will ask you again, is that the type of country you want to live for your children? A simple question that tells you all you need to know. Now, after listening to this program tonight, you will understand that nobody hates you for no reason. My hatred and disdain for Nigeria stems from the fact that people prior to now have failed to reason. Now they are reasoning. Now they're asking questions. I will ask you again, do you want to leave a country? Because these days people don't talk about what they leave for their children, not us, that you have to feed your parents and feed your grandparents. No. I'm asking you, do you want to leave a country where the police will encourage armed thugs to attack peaceful protesters? It's a simple question. Because you tell me, oh, they're going to change. They're going to change. You don't need to be paid 200,000 naira a month to see identify a dog with a cutlass coming to kill somebody, and you're police and you're there. Instead of killing protesters, fighting for you to get 200,000 naira a month. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if the whole world spoke Igbo language, perhaps I will try that. I don't know how else to explain it for people to understand. I will ask you again, is this the police you're going to reform? The police that will stand idly by and watch thugs attack innocent protesters? Is that the country that you want? It is happening. It is not about Biafra and Nigeria. It is Nigeria against Nigeria. So I'm asking you a simple question. Do you want a Nigeria where the police will sit idly by, controlled by the foreign police commissioner? You see people armed with dogs, cutlass, machete, everything coming to attack peaceful protesters. And they are there just watching as people are being asked to death. And I ask you, is that the type of country that you want? Just answer a simple question. And these are the people that you're fighting for. You want them to reform. Are they reformable? Can you reform these people? Are they the ones who are going to reform? This one's behaving like this. Hey, Mba now. I want to play a clip for you. This is somebody who witnessed or who knows about Janja Buddhism more than anybody else. I need you to listen to him. I saw this clip. I was jumping up and down. He's a medical doctor. I want him to tell about the history of Nigeria and uprising of youth. It's not going to come from me. It's going to come from him. You please listen to him. Listen. Knowing about the battles of the leader here. Listen. From the Ali Moscow crisis when we were very young. And then we had different issues with this country and with
leadership of this country. Even when Buhari came into power the first time, when he came to UBTH, when Dr. Otemwako was rolling an empty truck to go and meet him, then I was a medical doctor and I was doing internship in the UBTH.
Yes. The University of Military Hospitality.
They are dealing with. They are dealing with all warriors, all oligarchies who know how to fight. What they are going to do is that they are going to use fear and intimidation. As they will roll the army out very soon. And they will shoot a few youths there to intimidate others to run into their shots. The next thing they will do is to start arresting people piecemeal by piecemeal.
That's what they do. They just started.
Somebody arrest that person, target another person, arrest another person.
Yes.
And before you know it, fear will start creeping in.
That's what I mean. Fear. They put fear in you.
It's assassination. They will start eliminating people one after the other. Remember Kokori from Kokori and the rest that they arrested during the Nupen crisis, during June 12 crisis. They will start eliminating people one after the other, either by assassinating them, by imprisoning them. They will drive them out of the country. Remember, they will run into exile. But if you don't give up,
listen
today are beneficiaries of the struggle.
Exactly.
People like Nauru and the rest of others who did not benefit much from the struggle. And so they will want to fight back.
They will fight back.
The system they use is to get hungry young men and individuals who are instruments that suffer from the Stockholm syndrome I told you. Remember Abacha's crisis? There was one young Igbo boy. I can't remember if I think it's Kanu.
Yes.
They established one group. They went to Abuja, held conferences, held rallies to support Sani Abacha. But that was a great mistake they made. When they took Ijaw boys from the Niger Delta to Abuja, and they saw the beautiful houses in Abuja that were built with their own money. They did not know they were provoking a crisis they could not manage. That was how men and other people came up, and then amnesty eventually came. The next thing they will do is that they will start settling
settlements, private settlements.
Settle them, give them offices and all that. Give them money, give them promises, and then you will see people antagonizing each other. The next one they will do, and they're already doing it, is to play the North-South game. I saw some young men in the North with caps. They say they are youths. They say that they want SAS. I agree with you. It's a democratic setting.
Listen.
You have crisis in the North. But let me tell you, if the army could not defeat Boko Haram, SAS cannot defeat Boko Haram. Let me tell you the truth. Those young men or whoever who came with long caps, they are not the poor of the North. When I recorded here, they were not done as video readings for me. The poor of the North have no voice. They don't come on radio. They don't come on television. They can't even speak English. Let me tell you one thing. If you are in the North, they use you to fight your youth in the South. Poverty will not leave the North. Poor education will not leave the North.
Listen.
Children of the rich that will benefit. Let me tell you another thing they will do. I saw some people in Sapele from my area. All irresponsible men saying that we want SAS. We don't have children who drive cars. Maybe they don't have children who follow the school. But the point remains, one day intimidation will come to them. If you support a tiger, if you feed a tiger, it will eventually eat you. The other system is that if they don't use they will use the religious state.
It's Christian versus Islam.
That is the divide and rule technique. It will not work in this era because in my time there was no social media. There were no handphones. Today, everything is captured. Today, the global arena is observing us and they are watching us. I want to suggest that the international community, United States of America, the UK, France, they should be watching. Any oppressor,
don't call UK. UK is part of them.
Don't let them travel to your countries to come and enjoy democracy while they are killing us here. Seize their assets. Let's lock down these criminals of this nation. Inside this nation with us, we will see who will survive. God bless you and thank your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. The battle is just beginning. He has just enumerated a
explained the way Chinese work, and that's what we've been doing from the beginning. That was why they were not able to defeat IPOB. I told you before, they work in stages. They cannot allow the police to come to shoot people in the open. No. They use their thoughts to intimidate you, to instill fear in you. That is what they do, and they do it perfectly well. If they succeed, they have succeeded. Because politics is the only thing they have. The control of the levers of power is the only thing the Fulani man has, given to him by Britain. It's the only thing that Britain can guarantee him. Britain cannot guarantee him success in economics, cannot guarantee him success in any other sphere of life. The only thing that Britain has that can to give to their pets, Fulani, is power, political power. Understand this very clearly. They will arrest people, they will kill people, they will try to intimidate you. If all these things fail, the revolution will succeed. But let me also tell the parents of those who have been killed, those arrested, abducted, and those who will be abducted and arrested in the future. None of them will go free. None of them will be hanged in public, all of them. Understand this very clearly. None of the perpetrators, those that sent thugs, we were here that one of our sisters said, oh, it was Paseki this or Paseki that. Or Paseki is in Benin. That's the thing about politicians. That is one thing I don't understand about them. Their inconsistency is frightening. Or Paseki is there, and thugs are, of course, maybe he's not in control of the police. In fairness to him, the police is, of course, he's a federal police controlled from Abuja. Maybe the governors don't have any say in it. Now I want to ask you this very question. I want to not as a question, but we want to ponder something that is very, very critical. Who is behind all those now in Benin, those that attacked protesters? Who is behind them? It is our job to find that very person and set an example with that individual. We must find out who sent the thugs to attack protesters in Benin. We know who did the one in Lagos. That is their business. But it's in the economic of the land. We need to know where those thugs came from, and we take the battle to them. Understand how it works. These are old cargoes. They are old war horses, all of them. Fulani will not give it easily. They will not stick to the demands. I'm telling you the truth. That is how they are wired. That's how their brains operate. As this very doctor was lecturing us. Understand this very clearly. They are going to give in very easily. They are going to fight. They will use all of you. Anybody who is a willing tool will be used to defeat the purpose of our youths on the street. But they must not relent. You must not go back. You have started. You will dare not go back until you achieve those aims and objectives that propelled you to go out on the streets in the first place. Now listen very carefully, please. We need to find those who are behind the thoughts. These are black people. If you don't set an example with them, they will come again. That is how we operate. That is how we are wired. We must find those behind the thoughts that killed 2 people today. And Obaseki must rise up to do something about it, or else he will be part of the problem rather than the solution that we thought he was going to be a few weeks ago. Now you understand. You see the way the Fulani operate. They will come, they will kidnap, they will bribe, they will cajole, they will do everything. Once all these things fail, that is why every successful revolt has to last minimum 4 weeks. People must be out on the streets. Prepare your mind, food or no food, mentally for 4 weeks. You must be on the streets. If you go back, you're finished. If once you retreat, you are gone. Every sacrifice made is gone. Are you telling me that the same people, we will agree to all your demands? A Fulani inspector of police telling you this, and you agree. Whereas Fulani governors are saying they want to keep SARS. And you think they will carry out all these reforms if you leave the streets? Of course not. You know they will not do it. It's Nigeria. They won't do it. That is why this British royal company called Nigeria must be disintegrated. I'm telling you the truth. Or else men and women will their ringleader is. There must be two lines of defense before the protesters. From, I don't know if they're going to be out on the streets tomorrow, I don't know. From tomorrow, and they can try that nonsense elsewhere now, not in Biafra land. We went to Okosu and they were shooting God in the air inside the Okosu SARS. That's the beginning. It was any incident of thuggery, of us not, because our people over the years through IPOB, we now know what we want. People want to work hard. Nobody wants to be an armed robber. Before Britain came, there was no armed robber in our land. Before Britain came, there were no fences where we come from. Before Britain came, anybody can leave your wares in the market. Somebody will buy it and leave the correct amount of money under the tray. That is the truth. So we don't have criminality in our blood. And let me also explain, before you get married in our culture, you will go if there is any criminal family. Once they say that family, you are gone. You will not. So every behave themselves. Not this day and age. Who are behind those thugs. Get their pictures, we find them. Show you during the next protest, you will not see them anymore. And then others will learn from it. Because we are blessed where we are. Unless we see that thing happening in our before us, never yet in a positive way. Tell me why you're out and attack. Just explain that to me. Why would a human being go out and attack protesters? Have you heard of such rubbish before anywhere in the world? Have you heard of such? And they come and go free. What type of nonsense is that? How many are they? Tomorrow, every protest must have 2 lines of steel. Let them go through the first line of defense and the second one before they get protesters. The young ones must be defended. That is how you do protest. Since they want us to do protest style, the people must do black style. There must be 2 lines of defense. 2 lines of defense. Once they are coming, you hit them first and they will go back. That is the way they behave. Fulani strong them, asking them, so Britain can now, the people doing the damage is Britain. Some of you don't you take score. Do you know who take the and say to you and is the sound mainly a Christian against the new gospel. Every day you come out and say I'm fighting for one Nigeria. Believe you are advancing British business interest. You help yourself for destruction. Nigeria can never be reformed. And I will tell you this today. If Nigeria had any hope, you would, although Northerners are not being killed, we are not being killed. It is us who are doing the killings in the south, but it's not good. Not one single person came out to show. You are telling me, you are telling that Nigeria can be salvaged. How is that possible? How is that possible? How is that possible? Are the things you need to know? Understand this. We proceed this evening. The judge with the said, as a drug, they use Islam, played Islamic card. It's Christians from the south that want the end of SARS, and they play some road. Since I was born, I have seen or heard of a man that lost his hand. As a result of Sharia ruling, or flogged in public, there are women punished for breaking Sharia laws. Poor house at the poor who is suffering because people have to read writing on the wall. People have refused to see the damage that they are. What they are doing. Are people that foolish that you cannot see what is happening before your eyes? From one to the other. I deliberately, I don't do this very often, but I deliberately chose to do this to cast on Shabbat Eve. Something that I never ever do. But things are boiling up, things are very serious on the ground. I published the picture on my page, scroll through my page. I don't know if Facebook have removed it because these days, before the suppression these days is just overboard. They've gone overboard in suppression of my posts, but I don't care. I'll keep posting and I'll keep writing. You will see where the police are busy by the side watching as the thugs go to act those who are protesting. These are black people from a black DCOG. People say to me, you can see why I insult black people. These are young people who cannot afford iPhone. Any day they afford iPhone, the same SARS that they are attacking protesters on will kill them. That is the reason I said that black people never move forward. They can never see tomorrow. They can contemplate. They can never imagine what life will be like tomorrow. I don't know the planets they came from. Heaven knows. They are the ones attacking, and you can see police watching. I also met when visited Tinubu. They're visiting Tinubu. Is Tinubu the governor of Lagos State? Is Katrina Land going to Tinubu? Is Tinubu the president of Nigeria? But they went to Tinubu to 2023, right around the corner. And you there, you keeping quiet. That man said to their thugs, we should go at them. And tomorrow, somebody, a human, will rise up to campaign for Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria. Black inability to reason. They don't reason. I can't say that anymore because they just out of the streets, and they are reasoning. They are out on the street, and I believe that they are reasoning. They are reasoning. We are live and we are direct. Go and look at our line. Visiting Tinubu, that tells you all you need to know. Britain is everywhere. They come to the south. They said to Tinubu, bring out your dogs. They go to the north, they convene and support SARS, not knowing that it was Britain who has been funding SARS all along. Britain, they pontificate about human rights. They talk rubbish about human rights. People must rubbish, lip service, give them money and they shut up and support evil. A first world country, an advanced society, playing the type of dirty politics that will even make third world dictators ashamed of themselves. Why must Britain behave like this? Why all the time? Britain, why are you scavenging like a vulture? Playing all these silly little white man games. Knocking these niggas, knocking their heads together. That tells you all you need to know. That tells you all you need to know. That tells you all you need to know. We must continue. This very gospel, we must preach it. Some people may not like it, but it's not our business. It is not our business. We must preach it. SARS with POS. Maybe Britain gave them the money to acquire POS machine, making your life a misery. And they'll be there writing report, human rights report, Commonwealth report. We are working with Nigeria to improve human rights abuses, and we have some garbage every year. Every year, some of you read it, you gobble it up, you don't know that your problem is not even full, and Britain are the ones engineering it, because that's how they get free oil and gas. You don't know that? That's how they get their free oil and gas. The more you talk about one Nigeria, the more you talk about your pain and your misery. Last thing, if you equip your children with misery and idiocy from the zoo. That is why we must continue. Okowa, the same idiot like Lalong in Plateau State, Okowa of Delta State, that idiot, a fool, a complete fool. You are allegation is speculative. Can you believe that? The same Delta State that people are crying every day. This idiot again wants to be vice president. That is what gets into their brain. They have told him, oh, you are the shining light in the east. You are the bright person there. Come and do something. He's coming out and defending Fulani. If you go to Asaba, the Fulani is everywhere. They have taken over the state. Go to Asaba and you see it. Just go past Head Bridge, you will see it there. It's in fire power. He wants to be a good Nigerian. But the same good Nigerian he's playing, his counterparts in the north are more interested in SARS killing people from the south. And he is playing a good Nigerian. They always find one fool, one idiot. Anytime from go on, they always look for one fool, one idiot who cannot reason. The same middle belts that go on comes from. Is not where Gideon Oka comes from. Why is it that Gideon Oka saw something that go on could not see? Today, everything is in. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Let's go to the book of John, chapter 10, verse 15. Rubbish every place they're saying he's doing prayers. Because he has failed. A failed generation. The generation that failed the country. They claim to love. No electricity, nothing. All criminals. Let them, these people that claim, this is our Nigeria. Name one thing you have achieved for 60 years. Name one single thing. Nothing. Those that struggled and built industries, you destroyed them. You destroyed them. Name all these elder statesmen. Can you tell me what thing you have achieved? You want us to give you respect. You want us to bow down before you. Give me one singular achievement you made in Nigeria. They have universities that issue degrees that nobody, that is not even worth the paper it is written on. That is the Nigeria they gave to you of no electricity. Where SARS will come and murder you. Where they will destroy your livelihood and nobody will care. Where they rig elections before your face, they buy you bread, they buy you protein back in your eye, they rig it. You cannot do nothing. What type of country is that, I ask you? That is why they must remain on the streets. They must remain. If you want to change, you must remain on the streets. And very, very briefly, we are now going to open our lines to take your calls this very evening. To take your calls this very evening. To take your calls this very evening, please. Well, our lines will be open shortly. Our Skype is there. Is IPOB2020 at outlook.com. Our Skype is there, please. If you want to call us on Skype, you are more than welcome to do so. IPOB 2020 at outlook.com. Those who couldn't get through in the morning, they can get through now. If you cannot get through in the morning, you can get through now, please. Very, very important. Very, very important. Emeka from Festac, what are you saying? Flavor, Fino, KC, led a group of ends. Of course, they did very well in Mapuzo, and I commend all of them. I commend each and every one of them. I have a caller on the line. I have seen your picture now. If you have called before, do not call again, I beg of you. Allow other people to call, please. If you have called before, don't call again. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Very well, thank you. Please, your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
By God's grace, my name is Pastor Joe Woko. I am calling from South Africa.
Yes. You're from where?
Cross River State.
From Okoja, Cross River State. Thank you very much.
opportunity to be on today after trying for several months. I just want to let you to understand, sir, that people from Abuja, I came up to hear my parents telling us about the BIAFRA war. The mistake was done then, but I think our generation will not wait to see that we do not get what Ojoko saw over getting to 60 years ago.
Yes.
And I believe too that you did not come by chance. Whoever thinks that you came by chance, they do not understand what God did with the children of Israel.
Yes.
Proceeding with them out of the land of Egypt to get to the promised land.
Yes.
A lot of people will be listening to when this young man in Turkey, the first time I heard him, I told my wife.
No, I don't discuss inconsequential fools on this hallowed platform. I don't entertain gossip. I don't entertain people who discuss other people. Give me your ideas. That's what I'm interested in. I don't discuss people here. Please go ahead.
So I believe very well, and I stand by this agitation that it is over that each and every one of us from both the Niger Delta and the southeast, we should form a formidable stand to be able to get out of this so-called Nigeria.
We have done that already. Mind you. That's why we have IPOB. There is other like Niger Delta or Southeast. We only use it to describe it for those who cannot understand. We have the indigenous people of Biafra. We are also in Ogoja. There is no relay station there. We are building it. When we finish, there will be one in Ogoja as well. We are all one Biafra.
I really appreciate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your call. I thank you very much for your call. You have stayed for more than 3 minutes. There are many people who are desperate to join this conversation this evening. The caller on the line, what's up? Can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Yeah, good evening, Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu. Good evening, sir.
Mama, thank you very much. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, my name is Chima here. I'm calling from UK, and I'm from Abia State, whom I have to be precise. My maternal home is Yamafara.
Absolutely.
And I'm from Morocco. My father is from Morocco, yes.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So my contribution and what I want to say is that please, Mazi, there is something that is going on in the northwest of Nigeria as I'm speaking. Biafran daughters are being kidnapped, are being hijacked, turned to be Muslims, and they are caged in the houses of all these people. And a situation whereby I have seen a case whereby one of them was so I don't know whether they want it, I don't know what they did, but after that girl came out, she didn't know herself. In fact, they had to take that girl out of that state. So this is what is going on now. Our young girls are being, I don't know what they use in getting them. Some of them, I don't know whether it's one, I don't know whether it's jam or whatever, but this is what is going on. They will indoctrinate them, keep them in the house. When even they see their family member, they will not recognize their family member. In fact, some of that there is a situation whereby they will even reject their family members. They won't even recognize them. So these are issues, these are things that is happening in the northwest of Nigeria. As I'm speaking to you, sir, I'm calling all the way from UK, but this is a first-hand information that's happening here as I'm speaking to you.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. What needs to happen is this: is that their parents will need to be brave enough to come forward to speak. But I'm sure that most of the parents will not say anything because most of them have been supporting one Nigeria, saying they have chemists, we have shop, we have motor spare parts and enough. So shame cannot allow them to see that their daughter is now a prisoner in the home of one filthy, dirty Almajiri. They can't say that anymore out of shame. So that is their cross to bear. That is their burden to shoulder. But if they come out in the open and make it known to us, then we'll try and do something about it. I thank you for calling. Thank you very, very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much. I have another caller on the line. Your name and where you are, please. The caller on the line, your name and where you are, if you may. Good evening to you, please. Give us your name very quickly and where you are. Many people are in the queue, please. People are waiting to speak.
My name is Sonny Vecinos. I'm calling from Ebonyi State, sir.
From Ebonyi State, where in Ebonyi State are you?
I'm calling from Mazi, in local government of Ebonyi State, sir.
Did you go protest today? Did you go out today to protest? Are you one of those that protested today? Yes or no? Simple question. Yes or no? Did you protest today?
I did not join today. I joined yesterday, sir.
It is every day for 4 weeks.
I have read that book.
Every day for 4 weeks. And then you get the change you need. Every blessed day for 4 weeks. You must be out on the streets. And then the change will come. Protest of this magnitude is not done only for 1 week. You have to go every blessed day for 4 weeks and you get the desired result. If you do it for 3 weeks, it will not work. And you are dealing with Fulani Janjaweed, people who will try every trick in the book to dismantle this very protest. So it is an everyday event, not a one-off, not a disco where people go to dance. It is not that, no. People go to protest every day for 4 weeks. Then you get the result you need. Go ahead, please.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir, thank you for your good work and what you have been doing for BIAFRA. And there's one thing that is bothering me, sir.
What is it?
It is the issue of Ebonyi State. I don't know. Sir, there are fractions in Ebonyi. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
This is not the platform to discuss such either. This is not the platform to discuss it. We have a committee. Can you hear me? Yes, turn your system down, please. Your name and where you are.
Okay, there's some high
Johannesburg from South Africa, please go ahead. Sir, hi, sir.
Okay, sir. Mazi.
He said, and bless you too.
First, what? Amen. He said, what I is we have to take this protest to right. I saw all the people in the
Yes.
So I urge everyone around the world, in Nigeria, the Biafra and the world, we need to take what's going on in Nigeria. We should shut down every embassy wherever we find it. We have our rights. We have our. It is not a question. We are not encroaching into of the land. We want to bring about a change. So we need to take on embassies. Shut it down. Stop them get
the embassy. What they have done when the doctor of Jacob was Ruben, I think, and Levi, they took it upon themselves and they took everybody. Not going to that people or sisters or wives. It is not all about going out, but they are going to pay for it. We'll make sure that we take it to the very end. And the final side is this: we need to find him. If we can't find him, I believe he has children. To be taken over, all these things is just what get the work to understand the enormity that SARS is in the zoo. The embassies will need them take people to court in civilized countries, the next gets the world moving. That tells them that you are in Nigeria and you have the right to go to the embassy. Now that they say they are Nigerians, go to that embassy now, the country. The place of president is sovereign, you know, then you can go there as a citizen, and that's what I expect people to do. They go on the line, on WhatsApp, and you hear me? Good evening to you. What is your way? And where you coming from? No, it is not clear at all. I have another caller on the line on WhatsApp. Please give us your name. Good evening to you. Please, your name and where you're calling from. They say my voice is cracking on Facebook. Yes, go ahead. Please. What's your name again? Nnamdi from Poland. Please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. I want to assure you that we are really to see that there was this think we can make our headway in the question that nobody values him. He was an abject conqueror, refused to it. This is the truth coming out about a black man. He went there and he became the most corrupt, as you have said. How many Facebook remove the blood and rubbish, but we are still preaching the gospel of redemption. The gospel, if you have come before, some of you don't recognize I know you can change your profile pictures, but I can see some of you. I know you call him a lot of nonsense. That is not good. Allow other people to speak, please. The caller on the line can hear me. The caller on. Good evening to you. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Mazi.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. We are listening.
Please, the problem is that what I want to say is about the SARS. SARS is not really the problem. The problem here is the solution is in Nigeria now. Even if they end the SARS, there's another squad called Anti-Kidnapping Squad, which I'm a victim. The division, when they kidnapped me on last year, being 2019, around March, I was there for like a month.
Raise your voice, speak up. You're talking very low. Raise your voice. Let us know what you're saying. Please go ahead.
So the solution is to end Nigeria totally. Ending of SARS or all those stuff are not the problem. Is to end Nigeria. So that's what I want to say, sir.
Thank you very much, and you have made a very valid point, which I am sure a lot of people will identify with. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? No, not at all. They are not paying attention. A lot of things to be. The tuning is working. If one platform is not working, it won't cost you anything. It won't cost you anything. Download it if one, because we are in a war. They will attack us. You can see what Facebook is doing. These people, Janjaweed, they have money. Fulani have over $30 billion to fight us with. Why don't you understand it? They will pray people, they will get hackers, they will do everything possible to stop us from preaching the gospel of heaven. If you're not listening to us on one platform, you go to the other one must be working. You can see what Facebook is doing, distorting my voice, removing people. That is what they are paid to do. These are after all, people who are paid to go and attack protesters. That's exactly something that Facebook is doing. Attacking people who the gospel of life itself, supporting Satan and supporting evil. Facebook will suffer for it. I'm telling you the truth. I pray that Trump wins, so he can clip their wings. When Trump descends online, you say, hey, he's acting like a dictator. But you can see how Facebook is behaving, playing God. Playing God. Keep producing people. When you're tired, you will stop. But I'm going to continue preaching. After this, there will be a replay as well. So you can do all the nonsense you like. You cannot stop us. And these are black people in Lagos doing this. These yogi black people. I wish that SARS can go and stop them on the way going to work at Facebook, collect their iPhones from them and shoot one or two of them. Then their eyes will open. Bunch of idiots in this UG black African people, as useless as ever, as idiotic as ever. But we must preach the gospel of heaven. Of course, we need to preach. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please. Yes, go ahead, please, and make it very quick. Make it very quick. Go ahead. My name's Manuel. I humbly serve as a
coordinator in the zoo. Over today, I conducted a reasonable turnout, and our Ebu Plano, I called him, and he made a video. He did the media work, and it was sent to the appropriate person.
Yes.
Only I have something to chip in. I think we should take this protest to the embassies of the British who are the ones sponsors us.
That will be the end. The storming of British embassy in Abuja will come last, not now. They will know when we are coming. It will come last, because the world must know that is the citadel of every iniquity happening in the zoo. It is the high temple of corruption. It is the high temple of everything that is wrong in Nigeria. It is at the British High Commission in Abuja. That is what is happening, and that is what I must keep preaching, because it is the truth and nothing but the truth. They will get it, but not now. People must understand how this protest unfolds. It has stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and in 4 weeks of run, but we must be resolute and destined, because it has nothing to do with IPOB. The young people who are protesting must continue what they are doing. They must continue. The caller who happens to be on Skype, you hear me? Yes, please, your name and where you are, if you may. Please, I don't have time for this, please. I only speak once. If you don't get it, that's it. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? They are not paying attention. Let me take another call. I'll take another call. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Yes, please, your name and where you are. You want people to say hello because they want to hear their voice come out on the radio, and I'm crap. Not now, not tomorrow, not it. I hate it. I do not like it. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Yes, please. Your name and where you are, please.
Mazi, sir. My name is Farid. I'm calling from India.
Please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I commend you for your good work. For what you are doing is so great. And I commend you for that statement. BIAFRA, continue to bless you. I want to make kind of a contribution in depending on what you said when you started broadcasting.
Yes.
You said to the protesters, they should have a true right defense. I also suggest that to sustain these protesters for more weeks, we some IPOB tears.
No. Once we go to the lines of the protest, the dynamics will change. It will change completely. You saw Okoso SARS. I think that was the highest crowd they've ever had at Okoso SARS today. So we appear on the front line. We said to France and to Germany, they have come, they want to divide our company. Let us do something about it. They will kill it off immediately. You people, you don't know how these guys behave. You don't know. I know them very well. You don't know how to behave. They will destroy the whole protest overnight. I'm telling you the truth. So it has nothing to do with BIAFRA. Nothing is about people who are protesting and asking for what can I put it? An end to the reign of Fulani terrorism through SARS. After all, SARS is Fulani. That is the truth. Doesn't know that. I feel sorry for you. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Yes, please, your name and where you are. Turn your system for the last time. Your name and where you are, please. They are not serious. The caller on the line, can you hear me? On WhatsApp, can you hear me? From Angola, please go ahead.
Yeah, this is
it's not clear.
I'm telling you,
please go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to say that BIAFRA, the United States of BIAFRA, this one is always a family of women.
I don't believe that.
One BIAFRA, not BIAFRA. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. We don't believe in all that one this, one that. That is garbage. We don't believe in it. We are just simply Biafrans. Anybody who doesn't want to be a Biafran can go and join the zoo. But we are one Biafra. It's as simple as that. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? I have a caller on Skype for the last time. No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. And we're approaching the very end of the program today. Let me take more calls. The caller on the line, can you hear me on Skype? Hello? It is not coming out clearly. It is not coming out and see if... Yes, please. Your name is...
God bless you, Amadike.
My
name is Brian Daniel again. I am calling you from New York. Because of what you just said now, the point you made, you mentioned IPOB, some of the companies are about to step up. I want to use medium to let you know those crooked people that say they are, let them keep their own that side, because this is only for the protesters. Because the Janjaweed will use it to come. They can learn how to formulate one thing now and accuse IPOB that they are the people organizing the protest. So they want to, because they will use every medium to destabilize this thing. So I want to tell Wazirika, let him remain where he has remained in his family and in his family, and let the Greek man hide himself wherever he has hidden. My number 2 suggestion is this. Why have we forgotten to treat these people children? You said their children are innocent. What makes them innocent?
Because they're not the ones that committed the crime. No. They are, my dear brother. Thank you very much for they are crime. That is why nobody will touch their children, because they did not do, not like the zoo. If you go to arrest somebody, the person is not there, you take their mom, you take their dad. No. We are way more civilized than that. More civilized than that. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller, no, they can hear me. The caller on the caller, no, Skype has gone off. Oh my, Skype has gone. Skype has gone. We are too much. I'm telling you. Hey, they will say they have never seen a more stubborn set of people than this. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
I'm calling from Onisha.
From Onisha. What happened at Onisha today? Was there any protest or all of you went to
Mother, your cousin. It's a terrible sense.
very good. Amazing stuff. Yes, please.
There's something I want to say about P2B.
Go ahead.
is Dr. Bessie. So he now told me that the time it will be before he come to be the governor of Anambra State, that he now moved with one man. He now moved with one man, then the man with the eight meetings, opportunity, they have opportunity to get to follow the man with the eight meeting. After everything, the man now told him that every necessary thing. I will not have that. May have a very good story to tell, but I was listening to a background noise which sounds like my voice. They cut on the line. Can you hear me? Yes. Good evening to you. Your name, please. My name is BIAFRA. I'm calling from Rome, Italy. Thank you very much. Please go. Okay. I want to ask about this project that are doing in Lagos. Why not for Imo State? Because I'm not hearing anything about Imo. Imo State did something, but it's more consistent. Imo State did something that they need to be far more consistent that they have done, and it will happen in the coming days. We have come close to the end of our program this very evening. The attack has been relentless. Our preaching has also been relentless. I thank each and every one of you for being part of this very evening. And we are going to be live in the morning to do an interactive session. I will do it because we must keep it on the ground. But for now, from here, good evening.
Next week, next week, next week, next week, next week, we'll have a time. I'm looking for one and all you. What can I back for? You do a let and a half. Where were your loss? Where were your loss 1 week? Well, I want that over learn and a half. I ended that looking around. What is live back for? I live back looking. Don't be saying where a book. A good and a half.
Protesters have been assaulting security agents. Jesus Lord. Jesus Lord. Attacked and injured by dogs who are hiding. Jesus Lord. Protest. Protest gradually turned into an event. The way the protesters went out of the country, it is a gradual slide and slip into panic. It is a new way to organize to work through organize the entire nation. Since the protest started for fake news on social media to create unnecessary tension between Nigerians against the government and escalating against to law and order. This is the very for our country.
This man was to talk.
That is our man for you.
Yeah, see what you talk. You talk rubbish.
I think this will no concern them. You don't call them.
They just police. Where they police? See fake rumor about the protest for Nigeria. Say it's fake rumor. Life no dey, road no dey, hospital no dey, nothing. Country, make dem really sure. If not, make dem not go their own.
They do candle night for people where they don't die for South Hand.
South don't keep people. South soldier. Only soldier collect that person to come one for later. Like Nnamdi boy. Speaking in a tongues. This was Zuzu. For you after this one, and the boy, I won't bring you. Like that one, when I say and boy, I go through like every day like this with the first time. Oh yeah. Come on, boy, so yeah. I believe you can see bad girls like this time. I want to see those school. Before build this more.
That's nice.
Maybe this one way you talk like this, you know the hear what you talk. Mago, and take the country. Since 1980, you will give in a light, you will give in a school, you will bring well, you will finish. The next year again, you will bring school, you will bring free school, free water, and you will do road. You will buy machine for people, some of them, they actually work after the election. So you take the 60 years, a school road, and I say, what you boy,
figure out to Europe. Machine down nights, they won't do nights, they won't do nights.
British don't do well. But
it's always like we go this kind of like the network will work well. Anywhere you live like network.
So I don't want my crime oppressed. Oppressed not crime. I cannot give birth to a daughter in this kind of country. May they not go rape my daughter tomorrow. May they not go shoot my son tomorrow. Now people begin them, they die for the state. Enter. And for the brutality. Parents do not do I did it. Enter.
Who is the vice president of Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Vice President of Nigeria. Osinbajo, Femi.
Number 15.
by doing when you gonna go back. I don't feel joy before like that. It's, let's see, so let's do it. Next week, when we get, no go forget. No forget because we have to really know outside. You say me to school, they really want to do a trip. I'm like, another one is done. If you put this one, this one thing for the forehead, the second one for the I mean, what's it now? What's in the father? The thought for the India, I feel I feel the sea fall out today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Guys, it's sweet. Mm-hmm. Okay, now. God. You know why most people see the come out? They see celebrity for there, see sing for there. You still mean they get there. Casey, Zoro.
Uncle May, go sit down. As in Marco the last me to say whether I go day through water by Sunday. See, so you get new gym, fitting center, Christian new gym, we go day open until 15 o'clock free. Everything, yes, everything free. Now you the five where you go just do online. They find everything free. Hello, Ruby. Fine, I'm good evening. I'm gonna. Based on the Andrew, that's no way. Fine, I just know. Then we keep getting tell him that visa to Turkey. I will. You guys, I will not take time because I'm not talking. I take time now. At least before Christmas, so yeah, I'm talking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to. The network will break. You can cut up what you got. I can't hear you. You should open your mouth. Not people over you. Hello? Yeah. That will be okay. Okay.
The country.
Issues with this country and with the leadership of this country. Even when Buhari came into power the first time, when he came to UPTH, when Dr. Otemwako was rolling an empty truck to go and meet him, then I was already a medical doctor and I was doing internship in UPTH. The youths of today do not understand those dealing with. They are dealing with old warriors, old oligarchies who know how to fight. One of the things they are going to do is that they are going to use fear and intimidation. They might roll the army out very soon. And the truth is no use to intimidate others to run into their shell. The next thing they will do is to start arresting people.
See the future.
So they will bring soldiers to intimidate them.
Assassination. Remember Kudirat? They will start eliminating people one after the other. Remember Kokori and the rest that they arrested during the November crisis, during June 12 crisis. They will start eliminating people one after the
We've been here for a peaceful process this morning, and unfortunately, in less than some minutes, talks came for programming doors. They are not. When the situation seemed to have been brought under control, protesters went on a protest march around the Obama Square, singing and dancing. Unknown to them that the talks went to resume as soon as second time.
Hello, hello. the one more than the one. Then we'll be in a group from. Okay. Mm. Yes. 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 Oh, Shinge now. Mm. Nke a bụ for nke Portugal but these other ones bụ nke Sweden now. Yeah. Yeah. Naanị m ka o si eme na o kwesịrị iji to the data page of the passport ndị enyegasị ya kelata ọmalụ nke ọ na-eme eme. Yes, yes. Yeah, the first one can send it. This other, yeah, this last one, yes, I could be logo. Yes. Carry, carry. That my case, but somebody you are good on it. Yes. Carry, carry. I just go about Turkey. Yeah. All the Turkey. And then see about moves. Yeah. Yeah. It just need a help. Because then will I will one of my guy when I wanna talk yeah. Ask and I will somebody and then police so and then across somebody. Everybody agrees. And now yeah the local connection from Greece to France. And I talk ama more about okay look at the but I said at least all of from the January after Christmas we'll move. My guy, one of my guy went to 6 months visa talking about high school anyway. Our school visa Kenya, yeah. Anyhow, now how's it tomorrow? Can I have yes. The Facebook page also. Then a Facebook page. Huh? Okay. That's about yeah, yeah, I can send it. Yeah, those IPOB community, yes. Yeah, yeah, I do okay, especially in although outside Nigeria. Okay, now good night. I look off my one. Yeah, yes, and that app sometimes run the events to go about. Her name, yeah, attack off. Her name, alright. Oh, one is the Hamila attack is certain and the West is in here. Now I'm missing one is the way postponed there. Which will be able to happen. Yes. I will hear you. Yes, exactly. And maybe I get that now. That's a henny and them. Or by the time I get maybe that 1 month only, with that 4 weeks. If it's outside for this and now, yes. Mm, of course. And Nigeria, yes, of course. And mafia. Odudu abaye kwuo. Ifuzie na ọgba aghara adịzi ebe niile. I'm telling you. Half ga eziokwu. Africa is open. I'm telling you. Oh, onye ka nna ya kwa Chineke. Ezigbote rubbish. Ka ị ma na a ga-echeji this passport. Apart from their meeting, yeah, from their meeting, now I'm not Twitter all the time. And then that their shit to her name. And what the way Nigeria fake thing. Nigeria fake. God of I will believe. Network, yeah. Or the network is very, very down. Okay. Well, good night. Yeah. But if you don't know any other way on what to come out that man then. You don't see and put answer. But people when they go in church, charge the kid. But they go they give off mad people every year. Only God go innovation. same thing we sent for me, I sent for you, but I don't want to open your message.
But you never tell us you travel on me.
I never open your message, even since we send me that. Just tell us no. If you actually tell us you travel, go it out. Babe, see that earphone, pick them before you go match them. See them from your backside.
Because now how much be the money? How much they want to look for the account? Now how much? So travel yes, yeah.
that country.